Hey, my name is Ralph and I'm with Flexfilm, and in this video we're going to do a review on this new propane torch attachment that encloses the flame, and we're going to compare it to this older one, or one that people currently use, with an open flame. So here we go. Hey, I've been real excited about doing this review because I've just never seen anything like this. I didn't even know it existed. I actually saw it on social media the other day and just, had to have one. So I went straight to Amazon and bam, here it is. Okay. But what fascinated me about this was that, hey, I finally have something that I can put, on the end of this propane tank, and I might be dealing with like an enclosed flame. You see, I'm a heat gun guy. So this gave me the heat gun feel. I'm not a torch guy because I never did a lot of mobile tinting. I did, but I was always able to use electricity and heat guns, and that's just what I like. But I felt like this might be the first possibility that I might be able to say, hey, you know what, I might be able to use these torches. And this, because it may, to me it looked like a heat gun, and I thought it would work like a heat gun. And it sort of does, in a way. I'll explain that in a second. You see, I have this in my mind. This is the open flame torch. You touch the button and it comes on and you let off. This to me was really great for mobile guys that don't have access to electricity. And you can get pretty good with a torch. It's the difference between a torch and a heat gun, mainly for me, is what I call the sweet spot. You have to, there's over 1,000 degrees coming out of the end of these torches, and that's a lot of temperature. And these plastic window films, they just draw up really fast. And there's a little short sweet spot. Like if you go too close, you're going to burn something. If you're too far back, you're not going to do much at all because you don't have the wind speed to get to the target. So the way you hold this gun is critical, or torch, because you've got to be right on the money. And when you get good at it, you can make things happen, and happen fast, because you've got the temperature to do it. That's what scared me about it, though, because I didn't have that. I wasn't good in that sweet spot. I would overheat or shrink film or burn film. Now, when I saw this, I thought, whoa, this is kind of cool. This is going to maybe keep a dummy like me from causing a lot of trouble. But, the first thing I wanted to know is am I going to get some wind speed out of this? So, I turned it on like this, and turned it on, got the flow going. Now it comes on. It stays on. This one is kind of a on-off kind of thing. This one stays on. It's inconvenient to turn this one off. But I got a decent amount of airflow I'm not getting here. So I thought, wow, I'm picking up something that mimics a heat gun. This right here, though, is super hot. But believe it or not, I'm going to show you some footage here. I was actually able to manage this and shrink more like a heat gun than I could with this. I'm still aware that I have a torch. And a torch is going to get way over 1,000 degrees, when a heat gun, an ideal temperature for me is about 930, and I like a fast wind speed. This right here is going to be operating at a higher temperature, but I'm not going to have the flame to contend with because it's enclosed, and I'm going to get a little more wind speed than I'm going to get out of this, so it's going to mimic a heat gun. So this is actually very interesting. If I were going to do a torch, this is how I would do it. I wouldn't even look at this. That's just not my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but I like this. This is operating more in safe mode. And I'm still not going to tell you that this replaces a heat gun for me, but I see how it could, and I could work with it at least. I would give this a chance. Now, if you really have to use a torch and you are a mobile guy, this is probably a good investment for about $90. Maybe like $80. I think that's what I paid on Amazon. This is not a little tool here. It's got a little swivel that you can, put it like this if you want to let it sit, because it gets hot. Sometimes people like to melt plastics and other things like this, but, very simple, very safe. Last but not least, I want to say this before I forget. It is a little heavy. If you like the heat guns that are light, man, you can go with those all day. This one did wear out my arm and caused me, I wish I didn't have to shrink such a big back window with this. I had to change 2 or 3 times. But anyway, that's the review. If you want to try it, give it a shot. I bought mine on Amazon, and it may be your next favorite heating device.